Hi guys, Faylina here. Today I'm going to show you how to make a fantastic fresh tomato salsa. It's just a fantastic little thing. My tripod is broken, so kind of got the funky angles going on. But I hope you guys will try this dish, and all the ingredients are really to taste. I can give you a basic guideline of what I'm adding, but it's all up to you. So let's get started. For starters, you are going to need tomatoes. These are rather small Roma tomatoes. They're on sale right now. I got them at a local market. This is probably 1.5 pounds or a pound, varied depending. You can also use yellow tomatoes, just kind of like whatever you want. To add some color, I'm also going to add in a small bit of yellow grape or cherry tomatoes. So wash these well, and then we're going to slice them. So to cut these, what you want to do is you want to cut the tops off like this, and a sharp knife is going to be your best friend whenever you cut tomatoes. You're going to want to cut the bottoms off. Try not to waste too much. You only need to cut very little bit off. Then what I do is I cut it in half like this, cut side down, and I put them together. Okay. Take the edge of my knife and I slice forward in the downward motion, and then once it's on the board, straight back. Okay? Down, back. Now they're fully cut, okay, but they stay on the board, and that's very important. Now you can cut yours into very small pieces however you want. So that's how I cut the red tomatoes. Now for the yellow tomatoes, you can cut them in half, and that's great. Or if you kind of want to stretch the yellow tomatoes, you cut them in quarters. Kind of like that. So I'm going to do that to all the tomatoes, and then I will be right back. Okay, so here are all of my tomatoes that I have sliced up. They're all about the same size, but really it doesn't matter. I think that a slight difference in size just helps the dish texturally at the end. So there we go. Also note that I did not take the seeds out or the inside veins or stems. I like to have the juice, and it helps the flavor of the finished dish. So now what I have 6 spring onions from my farmer's market. I have 2 red, 2 yellow, and 2 white. The color doesn't matter. Okay, I honestly had only seen purple spring onions one other time. They're not very common, at least where I'm from. So I'm just going to take any ends off like this. You know, they're kind of wilted in my fridge. My fridge, I found out, was just a bit too cold. I needed to turn it down. So I'm going to take off any severely wilted bits and any bad bits, and then we're going to chop them up. And the size is up to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop my onion in half like this, the long ways. And then I'm going to chop them up into bits. You can also chop it up into quarters. You just take that half and chop that in half again. And then you would chop it. Really, just depends. You guys have seen me cut an onion before, so I'm going to skip this step. And there's my onion. This is probably 1.5 cups of sliced spring onions. You can go with 1/2 cup. I just really love onions. So the next step that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get some salt. Please do yourself a favor and use a nice quality salt, because even though most people are going to say salt tastes like salt, it's not true. I'm using a pink salt. I don't know if the color is going to show up on camera, but I'm just going to take a heavy pinch, and this is going to vary. For my 1.5 pounds of tomatoes, I'm probably going to use 1/2 teaspoon of pink salt. Now you can put many different things. I've put bell peppers, zucchini, cucumbers, a bunch of different things in here, but this is just my kind of my basic for this recipe. And you're going to want to get some olive oil. Now I'm using a raw cold pressed olive oil. This is a raw vegan friendly recipe. So you know, you can just vary. You can also use coconut oil, but it is going to give it a little bit of a sweetness. I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons of olive oil on here. And now when I make this, traditionally I put in fresh cilantro. However, I've run out and the farmer's market's tomorrow, so I can't add that, and I want this to kind of marinate in the fridge. So I'm going to use dried parsley. Okay, I'm just going to use about 2 tablespoons of dried parsley. I'm going to give it a couple good grinds of fresh pepper, and then I'm going to stir. You don't want to squish the tomatoes. The salt is going to leach the liquid out of it, which is what you want. Okay, but this is pretty much it. You could use, I usually use 1 bunch of fresh cilantro, or like I showed you, 2 tablespoons of dried parsley if I don't have it available. But there we go. Now, if you wanted the spicy, you can chop up and mince some hot pepper to taste. And again, all these ingredients are to taste, and don't be afraid to add your own or mix and match as you like. From here, I'm going to let this sit out on my counter for 10 minutes, and then I'm going to put it in the refrigerator overnight minimum before I eat it, and this will stay good in the fridge a week. Sometimes I've had it stay good for a week and a half, almost 2 weeks. And I'm pretty sure that's probably due to the salt. What is this good on? Well, just about everything. You can put it on anything from an omelet or a sunny side up egg in the morning to when the juices come out. You can use the tomatoes with the juice as a salty and savory dressing for your salad. You can put it in just about anything, or you can just eat it with chips and it's a nice fresh salsa. I hope you guys will try this recipe, and if you like what you see, please hit the like button and favorite, thumbs up, do all that jazz, and visit my website www.faylinamir.com for more recipes just like this. Tune in next time. Bye guys.